Mm-mm.
No.
Oh man, we were spitting too.
I didn't even know. Shit. I thought we were fucking live. Gotcha. You just had to show that Donovan Edwards run, didn't you?
What is going on? Yeah, we did. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Golden Boot Podcast. Man, I am joined tonight by a slew of people. We got taken over, I swear. We got a I love it. The Badger is dead.
Wolverine's dead.
The Wolverine is dead.
Wolverine, my bad. Wolverine.
We went hunting today.
I know.
Man, had to just throw me out there. It didn't have
right.
nothing to do with it. I see how it is.
I
George.
said Badger. I meant Wolverine. Don't kill me. It is what it is.
We have nothing against the Badgers. They got a fellow Buckeye as their coach. We're kosher.
Right, you're right.
We're kosher.
I meant Wolverine. My bad. I am very excited tonight. Do what, Steve?
Until we get a loss to them, then we got something against them.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Then fuck them.
Oh man. Well, welcome in everybody. We got quite a few people. It is rivalry week, and I finally got to say that correctly. And we are all very excited. I know we got Alex from Buckeye Bros here. We got AJ and Steve from Big Ten Backers. And looky here, Kenny the Eagle joins us tonight. What's up, everybody? Everybody doing good?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fabulous.
Great. Hell yeah. Let's get it.
We already had a little bit of pregame meeting, and Alex goes, "Wait, we weren't live that whole time?" I was like, "No,
I
I haven't said anything in
I
like
thought we were
15
chopping
minutes. You
it
think
up.
we're live?"
Hey, man, I thought we
Man,
were
I was
too.
spitting. I thought we were live
To
too.
be-
I was right
to
there
be
with
honest,
you.
No,
To be fair, you told me
I definitely would
8:30.
not have been that quiet.
You told
No,
me 8:30.
I
came
was
on
like, I
8:30
was sitting
my
there just
time.
like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I guess so. But
Yeah.
I'm sitting there just typing away, getting the show ready, and I didn't say anything for a good 15
Oh,
minutes.
we were
after
having
the-
good discussion.
And they were just having a good
I
old
thought
discussion,
we were like carrying the
and-
show for you. I was like, sweet.
No,
we can do
no.
that. That's fine.
No.
Kenny hasn't been clean for
Oh
years.
man,
Is that
Damn right.
Hopalong Cassidy's signature I see on that football?
I don't know. Which SEC idiots are we watching? Troy. Thank you, Troy. Seth says Rocky Flop. Last in the SEC, good old Rocky Flop. Oh Lord. Yeah, that's the
You got to
big
sing
game
it, George. You got to sing it.
I can't sing that song. Golden Boot Podcast. Spaghetti-O.
Mr. Victorious Colin with his UCLA Bruins, man.
Or hosting for that
Yeah,
matter.
UCLA.
He wasn't confident at all, and I told him, have confidence in your fucking
Colin.
team. And what did they
Yeah, I
do?
know. Kenny about to take that elephant.
He can handle it. He's been stretched out by years from it. So
Oh
Hey,
gosh, Lord have mercy. Jesus, Mary Joseph. All right, let's jump straight into this. I'm excited. It is rivalry week. We might as well get into it first off. So, all right, so big games this weekend. None bigger than the game. Let's get each of y'all's thoughts. Alex, what do you see? What do you see happening in this one, and how does Ohio State deal with Michigan? And by deal, I mean beat the snot out of them.
God, I'd love to be the snot out of them. That'd be
Man,
great.
you finished that correctly.
Say what?
You finished that correctly.
Right.
And by
Yeah, I
deal, I
did.
mean beat the snot out of them.
Right,
First,
exactly.
I got to ask what other signatures are on that football, sir. I see Hopalong Cassidy. I see Archie Griffin, I believe, and who else?
All the living Heismans, man.
Okay.
Troy Smith,
Love that.
Eddie George.
Well, unfortunately, Hopalong Cassidy, rest in peace. But
Yeah.
I can tell you got that signature before he started slipping because he stopped
sure.
putting 55 on his signature at one point. But anyway,
Hey,
I
how
just
long
had to
ago
ask
was
that. That,
Yeah,
that,
I can't-
that was a while ago. Well, he died a couple years ago, but a while ago he
What's up,
was actually
Tony?
signing right.
What's
I
up,
think the
Tony?
signature was like 2007, 2008.
That sounds about right. So for me, like I said on our show, it all comes down to Common how he plays.
Yeah.
If he can just game manage and not
Yeah.
make mistakes, we will win this
Mhm.
football game. I look for Travion Henderson to pop off as well. I think he needs to be a huge factor in this for us to have the best chance to win. If he doesn't,
Yeah.
we can find a way around it, but it's going to be a little more difficult. Just basically, the game can't be put in Kyle McCord's hands to go win it, in my opinion.
Right.
to a point where we need like a last minute drive. I've seen him do it before against our Notre Dame. So that confidence in that. I think him and JJ McCarthy are both above average at best quarterbacks, and I think Kyle McCord could be a better above average quarterback in a lot of cases. But obviously he's not nearly as athletic, so that's where. And there was a video of him today, like limping it towards the bus. So we already knew he had an ankle injury, and that seems to be looming still as well. And apparently JJ McCarthy's nursing some injury as well. So both quarterbacks are going to be pretty banged up.
It was the Wisconsin game where he came out with ice on his ankle, and we were there.
So he's been nursing this for a while and still playing. So
yeah.
It is what it is. He's a tough kid. Hopefully he's just smart with the football. But defensively wise, we haven't had this good of a defense. And I'm still on a believe it when I see it type of thing, because every time I get a little bit of hope, they just take it right away. So if I see elite defense tomorrow that helps us win, I'm fully on board. I fully believe that we're finally back to being a great defensive team like we should be anyway, with the talent we have.
So is there any chance that Ryan Day will call Phil Parker tonight and say, hey, tell me what I need to do with my defense tomorrow?
No. Ryan Day's got what he needs to do locked down. It's just about execution at this point. That all centers around Kyle McCord. What he does tomorrow dictates the entire thing. So,
Alex, I think this comment is directed at you. That Colin says, "Why do Ohio get Ohio?"
I mean, at least you're right about our state being better than that crap state up north. Those motherfuckers don't know what a car wash is, okay? You go out there, you'll see some of the dirtiest fucking vehicles of all time that look like they've never been washed in their lives. I shit you not. I used to have a girlfriend up there. I used to willingly cross state lines for a female. One of the biggest mistakes ever, right? So anytime I went up there to visit her, there was just cars caked in mud on the highway all the time. Every time I went up there, and I'm like, these motherfuckers don't know how to wash their fucking cars. These are dirty people.
Have you ever been to
Michigan
Iowa
compared to Ohio? Have you actually been to Michigan? It's 1,000 times cleaner.
I went into a Domino's and they had bulletproof flats.
Crazy. You've probably only been to Detroit, man. Get into Michigan.
I went
on
up
Lake
near
Michigan. Flint. Lake Michigan butt stomps Lake Erie. You're absolutely crazy, man. Michigan's way better looking state than Ohio. Now you want to talk about people? Different. That state is way
know how to wash their cars.
If he thinks cars in Michigan are dirty, he ain't been to Iowa yet.
He is huge
because they still have gravel roads in Iowa.
I can't speak on that.
No, Dustin, this is a rival. We're talking rival games, and he started out with Ohio.
Yeah,
State.
we are. Yeah, we are.
But that's it for me. Kyle McCord, how he plays dictates everything. If he just
here's my outtake on that game tomorrow.
Okay, I was going to ask you, but go ahead.
I said it. I've said it for a couple of weeks.
Fuck you.
It's all on Ryan Day. It's all on Ryan Day tomorrow because I feel like, and I've said this for a couple of weeks, I feel like Ryan Day knows that without Jim Harbaugh being on that sideline, if Michigan badly beats them, the fans are going to want him out of Ohio State.
If they beat us,
I'm just saying, if he loses to Michigan without Jim Harbaugh being on the sideline, the fans are going to call for him to leave.
He's cooked.
That's how I feel.
Kenny's on to something. That's what I was going to say. Who has more to lose here, right? So if Ryan Day loses this one to Michigan without Jim Harbaugh on there, Kenny's absolutely right. He's already on the edge of a seat when it comes to Buckeye fans. But Michigan, if they lose, everybody's going to be saying, told you, they can't win it without cheating.
Yeah.
Like, who has more to lose, even though Michigan has 2 straight wins in this?
I said this prior to the season that if Ryan Day lost this game, his seat would be like volcanic going in the next year. And then add the fact that the Wolverines just got caught for cheating the past 2 years, and then they're not going to have Jim Harbaugh. It's the most imperative game for an Ohio State coach to win of all time.
Yeah,
because if he loses it now with the circumstances that be, not only does he validate that the cheating didn't have any effect on the last 2 years, but he lost to a backup coach, and he will never be able to unblemish himself for that. So it's even more imperative now.
Yeah.
So you're saying you're saying, Alex, that if Ryan Day loses tomorrow to Michigan, y'all's fans are going to call for him to be out of Ohio State.
Oh, they'll call for him when he's losing in the first quarter, 3 minutes into the
Oh,
game.
absolutely.
And I said it before we even started the show when I thought we were live. I said if he loses tomorrow, he can go to A&M.
He loses the coin flip, I'm gonna be pissed.
Exactly. We were at the Notre Dame game, and at the Notre
So that's
Dame
actually
game,
what I was going to ask
everybody was
because
firing him in the first
Dustin
quarter.
Gregg. Yeah. So what Dustin Gregg said, Ryan Day going to A&M. Do you guys believe there's some small, slim chance he's gone?
No, that was a rumor started by a Deadspin writer who has like 500 followers and has been on Twitter for like years, who also started this other rumor that had absolutely no legs. It's just Wolverine fans buying into bullshit like they always do because they're so easily gullible and the stupidest fucking people to breathe air.
We'd have a better chance finding Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not happening.
If
he
well,
goes
okay,
anywhere,
but what if
he'll be his
OSU
pro.
loses? What if
The
they
more
lose?
dangerous job is the Patriots. That's the more dangerous job.
Yeah.
If
think
Ohio
so.
State
And I-
loses, he better go.
And I
somewhere.
disagree with the Patriots.
If Ohio State loses, he can find another job. But he'll
I
be
actually
back
think
next year, and I'll have no
Mike
faith in him ever
Vrabel is
again.
going to the Patriots.
That would be awesome. I'll actually love to see that.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'd donate to him leaving if he lost.
Same.
Well, I was about to say, Steve, what's your take on this game? How do you see it playing out?
I think the big key to the game is Cade Stover. If he has a big game, that means Kyle McCord's reading his cues and hitting the checkdowns because we all know Marv's going to be double teamed all game long. Marv will still get his, but if Cade Stover has a big game, it means McCord's playing good, and then that'll open up everything for Henderson and game over.
Yeah. So on that same hand, which I know we're talking about the game, are you guys getting on the road tonight
Yes, sir.
or tomorrow?
I think AJ will be. I like to sleep, though, man. I'm going to get to bed early. As soon as we get off here, he's going to hit the road and sleep in his car or something.
I'm a burner, man. I need like 3 hours of sleep a night, and I'm good. I'll be up to 3 a.m. every night.
Red Bulls and
not even.
Yeah.
As long as I'm
I used to
occupied.
need 9 hours of sleep, and now I need like 5. So
yeah,
it's getting better.
I feel
It's
you.
like I just had a kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was
And
another
y'all have
Big
been
Ten
y'all have
rival-
been there to go ahead.
So I was going to ask him. There was another Big Ten rivalry game today. Let me ask these guys what they thought of it.
Man. Same Nebraska that you've always seen. Seemed like they got some hopes to get bowl eligible. Then they go and throw a pick. I was with the wife Black Friday shopping, still watching the game. Thanks to cell phones, got it in the grocery cart, and I'm like, oh my god, Nebraska's gonna do it. Nebraska's not gonna do it.
There's nothing more Nebraska than that, than losing by
Sarah
one
Hancock,
score.
I'll get you.
They missed the field goal like 5 minutes earlier. That
And then
Shank
Nothing
completely
more
left.
Nebraska.
And then how does Iowa continue to beat the lowest record under every single week? Holy, I'm like 26. Ooh, I might actually take the over for the first time. And nope.
Seven straight weeks, and they're 6-1 in those games.
That
That's
defensive
insane.
coordinator
There's
is
some-
a huge
there's
raise.
something to be said for that.
No.
Yeah.
Brian
I agree
Ferentz
with
is
that.
already gone, so they don't have a score to like shoot for. So they're like, fuck it, we'll just score as least as we can and win.
Here's what I got to tell you, Chris, and I said it before the show, before we went live to you. I feel like Iowa has a great defense. I also feel like they need a different offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
Because,
getting one.
well, yeah, they're going to
Yeah.
get one. But listen, what coach in their right mind takes a kid
Yes, Tony.
that's never damn kicked in college, first career kick ever, puts him out there for a 37-yard field goal?
You don't understand Iowa football, man. Punting
No,
and
I don't.
kicking
This is the
is
first
Iowa
game I've
football.
watched all year
They're
long.
5-star kickers. They're 5-star punters. Every punter kicker comes into that program. They know how to do it because they got to
Look,
depend on
y'all,
those guys.
I've
I
watched
wa-
them
this is
beat
the
Penn
first
State and
Iowa
other
game I
teams like
watched.
that multiple times.
Yeah.
The kid
think
literally
Iowa's
could
a
have
lot
hit it
like Kenny.
55 plus. He booted that
Oh,
joke
God, I
at
gotta hear
37.
that one.
Iowa's a lot like Kenny. Pussy repellent. Can't score.
Oh God.
Keep the girls away.
Oh, okay, Mr. Steve.
That's very good, Joe.
Oh my God! Wow. Wow.
Let me
I'm just
remind
guessing. I
everybody,
don't
this is a
know.
family show normally, so sorry about the language ahead of time.
Fuck.
I was just talking about cats.
This is what happens when you bring Ohio boys in. They dirty
About
everything
cats.
up, and they talk about how dirty Michigan is.
I don't care.
Hey,
Amen.
man,
It
I didn't
is-
say
it's
anything about how
rivalry
dirty
week.
Michigan.
Fuck them.
So everybody,
It would have been
comment,
great. I should have got Mike Germanese on here, a Michigan fan, and let y'all just duke it out.
Oh,
That's what I
Oh,
should
you
have
should
done.
have. Oh, that would have ruined your show.
I feast. I feast on those opportunities.
Oh,
everybody
my
I
keeps
think
God.
there's
asking what
something to
my
be said for the
outtake is.
way.
I don't care who wins the game. Well, yes, I do. I really want Michigan to lose because I don't want to hear the crap about who's going to be in the playoff bull crap about the cheating. I'd rather Ohio State just win tomorrow.
That's a
But
good point.
Amen, sir. Amen.
that's just how I feel about it. Anybody wants to argue, we can argue because I love arguing as these people in here.
Kenny,
just-
go take out JJ McCarthy's knees for me.
I just
Please.
feel like I'm tired of hearing about the cheating.
Go
crap
set his
with
house
Michigan.
on fire.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
do
just
that, Kenny.
ridiculous. It's
He can get a tire iron and play Tony Hardy.
You better get used to it, kid. This is
Mhm.
about to own the offseason. The NCAA and the Michigan scandal is going to own the offseason, man.
Oh, for sure.
I
I'm
can't
tired.
wait.
Yeah.
That hammer
No.
is going to be so nice.
I'm tired
So
of it.
nice.
That's only because you guys can't hammer him yourselves, but whatever.
So now,
They can't beat us without cheating. What are you talking about?
now I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but
Go.
looking ahead to next week, who do you think is a better matchup for Iowa, Michigan, or Ohio State?
Ohio
It
State.
does
There
not
is
matter.
no good matchup for Iowa out of the Big Ten.
Yeah.
It's just bad.
It's
Michigan
gonna be over
State.
in the first half, bro.
Look what happened when they played Penn State. They put a goose egg up.
I'll say us, and not because I'm biased, but because ever since Connor Stallions has left the program, they've looked very, very human. So
Okay.
JJ McCarthy went from a 76 completion percentage to a 61.
You're not wrong.
I mean,
he hasn't
There-
thrown a
there is-
touchdown
defenses.
in 4 games, I believe.
there,
Yeah, that's
there
why,
is
that's
there
why
is
key to
some
this
truth
game
there.
is JJ versus Honda McCord, man. Honda McCord and JJ are going to be the story of this
Kind
game.
of crazy what happens to a quarterback when you don't develop him and you just base his stuff off cheating.
I mean, Ohio State has the advantage at wide receiver. Michigan has the advantage at running back. These Michigan
Half a mil.
defenses
Do
are
they
both
though?
winning, too.
Because Travion
Half a
Henderson
mil.
has missed like 3 to 4 games and almost has as many rushing yards as Blake Corum does.
I'm just saying, but Corum and Edwards, I think, is a better combo than what the Buckeyes can throw out. I like Henderson. I think you're right about Henderson, but I think Edwards is a better backup compared to anything Ohio
Edwards
State
has
has.
been kind of pedestrian all year.
But he was
He was throwing a
pedestrian, and then
fit
he can
most
go-
of the year
but he
'cause
can go
he's
at
not-
any moment, and he's starting to turn it on the last couple of weeks too. So you want to talk about Henderson going? So is Edwards.
Okay, so
I like Henderson better.
Well, okay, all right. So real quick, and then we'll move on to the next one because we can talk Ohio State, Michigan all night.
Yeah,
But what do you guys think? You're gonna get throw your prediction out there. What do you think the score is going to be? You think it's going to be low or is it going to be a slugfest?
17-10.
I have 31-21.
I have 23-17. Buckeyes win it.
Okay.
I say 28-24 Ohio State.
Chris?
Everybody's going to hate me. I actually think Michigan pulls it out 34-24.
Get them the fuck off this show.
These defenses are
I
Knew it was coming.
This is why Vandy never succeeds because they always root for losers.
I'm not rooting for them to win.
You picked them to win. It's
just-
the same thing, Vandy Chris. It's the same thing.
I actually think Ohio State, Iowa is a better matchup than Michigan, Iowa.
Is this because you played them in the baseball natty a couple years ago? You feel you owe them one for taking their natty away from them?
No.
God.
Stop sucking their dick. Just pick the right team.
Oh,
Vandy-
jeez.
Hold on. I just got challenged to do something.
Oh,
Keep
Lord.
your clothes on, Kenny.
Oh,
Please,
God.
God.
It's not that it's a shot at somebody on the
Disappeared
show.
Steve. Where did he go? There he goes.
So I'm gonna take the shot. I told him I
What?
would. And once I do this, he'll know who challenged me to do this.
What?
Vandy Clip, we got a question. Why do you think that
Oh, for
Michigan
God's sake.
is gonna win this?
I just think they're a better team.
How can you say that? Because I can tell you now that
Because I can tell you Donovan Edwards ran all over Ohio State last year.
Because he knew what defensive play we were running.
But here's
I
the
mean,
thing,
and
and I'm not even a
Peters
Christian
did have a
dude,
defense.
and I can tell you this: I don't think Michigan's defense can handle Ohio State's passing game.
Wow.
Yeah.
They handled
Maryland
it
did
last
pass
year
all over them,
with the better quarterback.
Yeah.
but they knew every play.
Well, a turnover-prone better quarterback though.
True.
Well,
They
I've
knew-
got
they knew-
Ohio State winning 20-17. That's the way I see it. Moving
I'm just
on,
hearing
we
Ohio State
have.
wins, so I'm happy.
All right, while everybody's here, let's jump in now. First off, before we get there, everybody who's watching right now, we got a few people in here. Please like, follow, share this broadcast. It helps us out a ton. And comment below on what your predictions are. We're talking about the game. So what do you guys think it's going to be? Ohio State, Michigan. Put your predictions down in the comments. We want to hear from you.
Buckeye State.
And also let's get to our next game. Let's talk about Colin. You want more comments? Done. Let's talk about the Auburn-Alabama game because we have Kenny in here. He's gonna have a freaking fit if we don't get to it.
I will not.
I want your guys' thoughts.
The fakest rivalry in college football.
Listen,
Okay.
I will not pitch a fit. Now that I have Alex on the show, and I wanted Alex last night, and I couldn't get him.
Okay.
Let me speak.
Okay.
Please do not interrupt me, Alex. I understand that you think that Ohio State and Michigan is the greatest rivalry, but listen to my outtake on why I say the Iron Bowl is a better rivalry. In Ohio State and Michigan, y'all are like neighbors, okay? You can take your neighbor and kick him back to his fucking house, and say bye, okay? And then you ain't got to worry about him for the whole year until y'all play again. See,
You've
that's
never
kinda
lived in
different.
Ohio, then.
But let me finish. Let me go where I'm going with this. In Alabama, when we play Alabama, we have to deal with them son of a bitches 364 days a year, 24/7,
He's not wrong.
nonstop. Church, school, work, living with the fuckers. I mean, it's everything. So it's
Have
like
you-
fighting your fuck. It's like fighting your fucking brother,
One
and
question,
it's
though.
not fun.
One question.
No,
Have
it
you
is
lived in
fun.
Ohio? Because
What?
most of Michigan's populations is right on the Ohio border. So you're going to get that same territorial dispute that you get. So everywhere you go, there's a Michigan fan.
I see 'em all
Everywhere you
over.
go, there's an Ohio State fan. Detroit is like right there on the border.
2014.
Ann Arbor is right there on the border.
Hey,
It's
I've
pretty
never
much
been up there.
so-
the
You
same.
know what? I want to come visit. But my outtake on the Iron Bowl. Listen, y'all. Nick Saban is 4-7 in Jordan Hare. Alabama is 6-10 in Jordan Hare. And I'm going to tell you this: there's only been 2 blowouts in Jordan Hare. Auburn did it once. Alabama did it once. Besides that, every game has been decided by less than 10 points. 2021, Chris will argue with me this. Auburn had a whole shittier team with Brian Harsin than we have right now. We took quotably the best quarterback to ever come out of the University of Alabama to 4 overtimes in Jordan Hare Stadium. There's something about Jordan Hare Stadium, y'all. Y'all have to understand. In this rivalry, it's crazy, but it's fucking really crazy in Jordan Hare.
No, so I agree.
don't-
That's your argument. The argument's not the people, because there's Michigan, Ohio State fans. They're a mixed bunch, whether you're on the Michigan side of the border or the Ohio State side of the border. To me, what makes Auburn and Alabama more entertaining is the actual games the last 20 years have been a hell of a lot better. And whether that's in Jordan Hare, it doesn't matter to me. Like, you have the kick six. You have so many of these magical moments that happen within the Auburn-Alabama game that I don't think you've gotten out of the Michigan-Ohio State game. To me, the Michigan-Ohio State game as of late has been one of them dominant, or both of them good teams, but one wins in dominant fashion. And I think that's what's the difference between Auburn and Alabama. When you have those two playing, especially at Jordan Hare, like you're saying, it gets wild. And both teams are like scraping versus you see Ohio State, Michigan last year where Michigan dumped it on them. And then a couple years before that, you see Ohio State dump it on them.
And AJ, I hear you 100%. Hang on, Kenny. Wait, let me speak. Before you continue that thought, the game is the storied, historic rivalry. Okay, I get Alabama, Auburn. You have to live with your neighbor or whatever. I lived in Alabama. I know what you're talking about. But the game will always be higher than the Iron Bowl. I don't care. It doesn't matter if 50 years down the road, Auburn, Alabama becomes the greatest football game imaginable. The game for college football will always be higher. It's just what it is. It doesn't matter.
And you want to know one of the
two
reasons
They win every chance.
I mean, I understand
Do
what
what?
y'all are saying.
You
I
want to
said
know
look
one
at
of the
the two fan
reasons why
bases.
that is, though?
Look at the two fan bases. I mean, Ohio State and Michigan fan base wise is a hell of a lot bigger than Alabama. Auburn
Absolutely.
collective.
Like who is?
So you're
Auburn
not just getting that regional rivalry that you
comparatively?
get with those two. You get.
I mean, we are nationally there,
rivalry.
Alex.
So
are you like even
Kenny,
top 10 in
I
fan
disagree with
size
that.
in college football?
Hold on. You disagree with what there, Vandy?
Auburn is not a national brand, and let me have my
Well, I'm
say.
getting that.
I let you talk. I
They're
grew up in
regional brand.
Southwest Iowa. Okay. The only time I ever heard about Auburn ever was when Bo Jackson beat Chuck Long for the Heisman Trophy, and he shouldn't have beat him because he missed 3 games that year. Now, what I will tell you is I never heard of the Iron Bowl until Bo Jackson played in it. But every year I was glued to the TV watching Michigan and Ohio State because it affected my team.
Oh yeah,
The game
Iowa fan.
is a better rivalry and always has been than the Iron Bowl.
Okay, so let's get on to previewing it tomorrow.
No one
Man-
talks crap against Bo Jackson and gets
Well-
away with it.
Well,
That's correct. So Alex, so everybody,
I get you guys had the kick 6 recently. Ohio State.
it's the 10-year anniversary.
Ohio State team up north has had a ton of those types of things happen over the history of their rivalry. Real rivalries don't stop for 41 years and then start back up. And real rivalries don't have the loser of the game go on to win national championships. That is the fakest fucking rivalry in college football. It will
Oh, you
never.
talking about when Auburn beat Alabama and they won a
It
natty?
will never.
You can't call it the fakest. It's still the second best, man. It's still the second best. You can't call it the
It's still
fakest.
pretty damn good.
I'll take
mean,
Navy
fucking
Army
awesome.
over that all day. I'll take the Red River rivalry over that all day. It's a fake fucking
Red
rivalry.
River
Rivalries do
rivalry's
not
got-
stop. And
Red
then-
River
So,
rivalry's
for
got an
40
argument.
If
for
you don't
sure.
play home and home, I don't give a fuck what your rivalry is. If you're not playing it on campus, it doesn't count.
Alex will know where I'm going with this. I'll take Nebraska, Oklahoma over Auburn, Alabama
yeah.
all day long.
Oh yeah. That was a way better rivalry.
Okay.
Like the
Let's
Iron
preview
Bowl's
the-
been
back in the
relevant
day.
for like 10 years. That's it.
It's
No,
it's
it's
so
been
good it
relevant.
doesn't exist.
Exactly.
It's
Two
just all
blue
in
bloods
here.
versus a blue
Touche.
blood and a peon
Touche,
school.
beef.
Can't say Auburn's too peon.
They're a peon school.
Hey man, you know what?
So
What's
knowing
the-
so
I gotta experience it before I ever trash it, man. I can't say shit about
I'm a
Alabama
trash
Auburn because I've never.
How about this? I challenge Alex, AJ,
oh
and Steve.
God.
I will host
How many
you
other
to an
people
Auburn
are you
game
gonna
next year.
challenge? Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
I will host
It's on
you.
my bucket list to go to an Alabama Auburn game.
I would
It's
love
on my
to.
bucket list.
Okay, well, in 2 years then, because we play. I don't go to Tuscaloosa because I hate Tuscaloosa. So when Auburn, when
rivalry, then come on now, come on now.
look, I
I've
hate-
been to
look,
enemy territory in my rivalry. You have to as well.
How about
Come on,
this?
Kenny.
If y'all come down next year, I will go to Tuscaloosa with y'all, and we
Oh,
can
there
watch
we
the
go.
Iron Bowl.
Deal.
There we go.
Is it a
I'm
deal?
Big Ten backers coming to SEC country.
God.
We're gonna be the
So,
SEC.
I would like
backers
that,
for the
but
weekend.
good
I'm in.
God, you got to sit next to that the whole time. Oh my Lord. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Colin,
dude,
Colin
quality
has actually
content.
said something over here in the chat that I have to agree with.
All right,
What?
You know?
Kenny.
The SEC actually has some of the worst rivalries in the country.
Okay.
Oh,
what was you
trust me.
finna
And they
say,
have some of the
Steve?
fakest forced rivalries in the country too. Go ahead,
Oh, yeah.
Steve.
I think I'll take you up on it, but you have to hit on any girl we tell you to, and we can.
Okay.
visit.
Hold on.
Pussy is pussy, Kenny. Pussy is pussy.
That's a deal.
God.
That's a deal as long as it goes both ways, buddy.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Sure.
Okay. Now we can preview the Iron Bowl. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. There's a key factor going into tomorrow that I really didn't talk about last night. I wasn't going to talk about it, but it got brought out today. Somebody questioned me about it, what I knew, because I do have ties into Auburn.
I thought we just did it. I was about to do the prediction and move
No,
on. But,
we
okay,
talked
you got
about the
more to say?
rivalry. We're going to talk about the win and get prediction scores. Y'all,
That's where he's
I'm
at.
telling y'all now. Y'all can disagree with me all you want.
Kenny,
Listen,
is this your
if
podcast?
you're watching, if you're watching, get a cot, a sleeping bag, something to keep you awake because Kenny's about to talk for 4 hours. Go ahead, Kenny.
No,
We're all
listen,
listening very intently.
all I'm saying is, here's 3 reasons Auburn's win tomorrow. You ready?
Cheers.
Yeah.
One, we have 84 recruits coming.
Big
Breeze
whoop.
is gonna make
Recruits
a
are on the
statement.
field. Continue.
It's okay. He's going to make a statement.
That's
2,
a win.
Peyton Thorne is going to play the game of his life.
No, he is not.
You just
Watch
said
and
Peyton
see.
Thorne?
Peyton Thorne will play the game of his life tomorrow just because it's in Jordan Hare
Somebody
Stadium.
light this dude up in the comments.
I was
Peyton Thorne is
just
going to
about
play
to
the game
ask.
of his life.
Hold on.
I was just about to ask who Auburn even has on their team, and then I forgot they had that washed
Jake
up.
Crane
Spartan
said it
quarterback.
right. Jake Crane said it right Tuesday night. Auburn's not going into this game living on fucking hope. We're going into this game knowing that we're the best team in the fucking state.
Mexico that's a good thing because hope ended last week against New Mexico State, baby.
Mexico.
Kenny, it's comments like that make me wonder if you know the difference between a sneeze and a wet fart.
So let me ask you this, Steve. Auburn beats Alabama tomorrow. Auburn beats Alabama tomorrow. You'll never hear nothing else about the fucking New Mexico State law.
I hope
ever.
I'll bring it up.
Ever.
I'll bring it up.
Thongs, Kenny.
Right or wrong?
Like glitter shirts.
Look, I'm telling you
Hey, I
right
want them
now.
purple
Peyton
thongs, but
Thorne,
you better wear them live.
You're gonna
I
wear
don't
it live.
care. Stamp it. Oh my God. Stamp it. Put it on the wall. Put it on your forehead. Peyton Thorne is not. Keyword. Not having the game of his life. I don't care what you say.
Okay. Mine is
Here you go,
Chris,
right
'cause
here.
I know he's got something to do. All four
hang
of
on,
y'all,
hang on. Just,
I'll see you at
Kenny,
6:30 tomorrow
I'm about
night.
to mute the absolute freaking crap out of you. Shut up for a minute. Peyton Thorne's game of his life is 45% completions, 97 yards, and 4 interceptions. Yes. That is what I see out of Peyton Thorne.
Winner.
I'm telling you. Alabama's defense is not something to just overlook. Okay? I'm telling you.
They had the number 1 defense in 2021, and we ran for 318 yards, the most yards ever rushed on the Nick Saban defense.
That's 2021.
I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that
That's
shit.
2021.
Who's your
They had the number 1 defense in the
lost.
nation.
And you
That's
still lost.
2021 and you lost.
Who's your
In
quarterback?
4 overtimes.
You still
Doesn't matter,
lost.
but you still
In
lost.
4 overtimes, Chris.
You still
With a
lost.
shitty team.
Still
I'm pretty sure you had a much better
And look,
quarterback.
and Michael, look,
No, fuck,
look
we
right
didn't.
here. New
We had Bo
Mexico State. That's all you got to say.
Okay.
3 words.
All I'm saying is, all y'all that are hating on me, I'll see you tomorrow night. Because I am going live at 6:30.
Yeah, we
tomorrow.
will because
Yeah,
because
I'll
here's
see
the
all
thing.
y'all to make sure you appear.
Hey man, if
I didn't
Auburn
even know
wins,
New
I will
Mexico State had a
pull
football
over
team
on the
until
side of
last
the
week.
interstate and I will congratulate you and your Auburn Tigers. But I ain't got to worry
Yes.
about that.
I will call you first thing as soon as Auburn wins, and I will record myself saying I was wrong, you were right, all year long, and that's what I'll do. Okay, there you go. If that happens, it ain't happening, buddy.
Dog
I'm
shit
telling you
take
right
it
now.
weak. AJ,
Oh, I'm not wrong, Troy. The games belong on campus, Troy. If you believe it doesn't, then you're
Yeah.
wrong. Well, you're the worst.
Auburn
take,
gets
man.
blown out
Sorry, Troy.
tomorrow.
If
Stop living in
Auburn
the past,
wins,
Michael says.
If Auburn wins, I'll poison some trees.
All right, Hardy up, Mike.
Ooh.
I win the bet with Kenny. I win the comments versus Kenny. I think Kenny has a new daddy. Yeah, there you go.
Yes, y'all.
1.85.
I took 8 wins. He took 7.5. He won.
$1.85 million beatdown of epic proportions. Yes, right.
He's
Exactly.
gonna be
Hey,
wearing a Buckeye glitter shirt
it's
on his
better
own
than
show.
7.8 that A&M paid Appalachian State or whatever it was.
They didn't pay them
It did.
7.8
They
million.
I'm
paid
putting this
$4
guy wearing an extra
motherfucker.
small Buckeye shirt too.
Wait,
don't
no,
know.
make
Well,
him wear a
whatever.
New Mexico shirt.
All right,
I still
moving
think
on
it's funny
because
Bruce's old
literally
team,
we've talked
boat
about
race,
Auburn way too much.
New Mexico State, who turned around and boat raced Hugh Freeze's current team.
Jesus, man.
What's Nick Saban? You want to talk about Hugh Freeze real quick? What's Nick Saban's record against Hugh Freeze? Shut the hell up. Bye.
I don't
Go on,
care.
George.
Blah, blah,
Okay,
blah, blah.
predictions,
you,
Kenny.
you do know things change.
Prediction.
year to
Here we go.
Hugh
Here we
Freeze had
go.
a losing-
Predictions. I want them in the comment. Go ahead.
Y'all go first.
So
No.
44
you
to
go
3.
ahead.
Alabama 45, Auburn 10.
AJ?
I'm going to say 41-20. Bama.
Mm. Steve?
Steve?
44 to 3.
Chris?
I don't think I need to say who.
Chris?
It's implied.
35, Alabama 35, Auburn 14.
Sounds like I'm winning this bet according to everybody else, Kenny.
Okay, that's good. That's cool. George?
38-13 Bama.
Now I'm going to shock all y'all. The final score tomorrow is going to be 28-27 Auburn. It's going to end like it did 10 years ago, ladies and gentlemen.
It won't. It won't.
It's
Watch
happening.
what I
He
tell
put the
y'all.
remote
I
out.
will. I will
What
say
tell
this:
y'all.
things in college football, especially, do tend to repeat themselves sometimes. But this is not one of those times.
Not one.
I knew
No.
you was going to say
This
that.
is not one of those times.
No. Brandon Snyder says if he's so confident in Auburn winning, then he should get an Alabama tattoo if Bama wins.
I like that idea.
Hey,
I
Brandon,
agree with
On
I'll
the
get,
top of his head.
Hey.
I'll make Brandon. I'll get an Alabama tattoo if Alabama wins tomorrow. But if Auburn wins, you got to get a tattoo on your forehead that says Auburn rules.
Neck tattoo.
We got a Big
You
Ten.
don't even know
vaccine
this
house
man.
neck
How
on
you
that.
gonna? How you gonna?
I don't
That's
care.
just doesn't
I don't
make any
care.
sense.
You want to come at me? I'm gonna come back at you. like Alex
Oh
does.
I didn't
gosh.
say that you cared. I was just pointing out where he came
All
from.
right, let's
count,
let's
we didn't
let's get
shake on it.
into right, exactly. Let's
Just
get
become a
into
Michigan fan. Thanks, AJ.
What's that have to do with me? I'm a
God.
Badger fan, but go ahead, Troy. Suck it up with the Michigan
Right.
Wolverines. Have at it.
Yep. What a terrible fan
all right,
base to become
so-
a fan of.
There's a few more rivalries. There's a few more games, whatever. But let's move on. It is Black Friday. Thanksgiving happened yesterday. Everybody, I'm sure, ate like nobody's business. Before let's
Ask my
let's get
wife.
in, let's do this. Let's get into our did you say ask your wife?
Sorry, I forgot it was family. Been drinking.
That's
So
okay.
I
You're
like
drinking.
Troy's
It's
idea.
okay.
I like Troy's idea
Yeah.
talking about the Civil War that's actually being played right now.
I know. We will. Real quick though, let's take a short break. Let's hear from Bones Coffee, and we'll be right back.
Sound the alarms. Something monstrously merry is coming to town. Introducing Bones Coffee's newest batch. Inspired by the giddy ghouls of Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Nice work, Bones Caddy. Rich premium coffee infused with frighteningly festive flavors. The Pumpkin King, Santa Jack, Frog's Breath, Rough Weather, and Mudslide Boogie. Can't make decisions by yourself? Order them all. Bones also makes a perfectly marvelous gift for everyone on your nice list.
And your naughty list.
Click the link to get these hauntingly holly jolly flavors delivered right to your door. And it's not just for holidays. Bones has coffee concoctions for all 365 days of the year. Bones Coffee and Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's terrifyingly tasty. This year, Bones Coffee will be yours!
Yo, what's going on? This is Jacob Hester, former LSU running back, here to tell you about a brand new college football podcast, the Golden Boot Podcast. Give it a listen, give it a try, give it a follow. They're going to work hard to be your new favorite podcast.
You're listening to the Golden Boot Podcast. Stay golden.
Is he
There we finally are. My God, I'm sitting here waiting on it. It froze.
I thought you were
I'm
having
just sitting here
a seizure.
waiting to
I
talk.
the house.
Okay.
Thought you had a train.
No,
I saw him talking.
no. No, I wasn't muted, but it was like for some reason this PC is a piece of junk. But I got to get to where we can actually, yeah. I got to get to where we can actually like not freeze every time we go to commercial, but it is what it is. All right, so we're gonna shift gears here. So Thanksgiving was yesterday. Today is Black Friday. Did y'all go shopping today? Anybody?
Hell
Anybody
no.
go out and find
No.
a new TV or, or let's just phrase it: Joe Biden's economy keep you at home on the couch, because that's what he did for me. I didn't go
I bought
nowhere.
a new mic
You bought a new mic?
on Amazon.
Are you
yeah.
using it now?
No, I'm using my phone because my other mic just spazzed out today.
Oh man, we was doing a live show
Um,
for the first time, and B's battery just went swoop, and I was like, "Hey B, crap."
Oh no! Dang! Oh man, Alex, you go anywhere?
I a buddy of mine who can't drive called me, and he was in the busiest part of town here in Canton. So I had to go pick him up, and it took me like 10 minutes to get through a parking lot. So that was pretty fun. So
by the way, people are asking where Cody is. Cody is actually sick tonight. He came down with a fever. May have the flu. So thoughts and prayers to him as he gets better. So me and Chris are running solo. We grabbed Kenny on the way out of the local Citgo gas station and threw him on and gave him a headset and say, "Hey, you're on."
You at least got him a can of Grizzly, didn't you?
Well, yeah, that's a can of Grizzly and some a couple of what are those called? White Claws? What are they called? What?
White Claws, yeah.
Don't lie and say we got him at the Citgo gas station. Tell the truth.
Where'd we get him at? Okay.
I went up to Five Below up in Coleman because I rarely get down this way, so that's a store I'd like to go in. Sometimes I'll get some headphones or some chargers for my phones or whatever at Five Below. And I was in there for 5 minutes, and I hated humans.
Right.
These Alabama people down here, oh my God, I wanted to shoot somebody. I hated them. and there happened to be this little guy sitting in the corner at Five Below, and I drug him along with me. You're welcome, Kenny, for saving you from Five Below.
Well, let me actually tell you why.
Really you got to get out that Apple plan.
Let me tell you where I really come from.
Where?
See, me and Chris made me invent. Never mind. I'm just gonna let that go.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
I'm
not. I can't let. I can't let. See, he was on the University of Vanderbilt today, and I found him in Clark Lee's.
Yeah,
no, you did not.
Sandy Klitsch.
No, you did not. You did not. You did not. Good God, so stupid.
Kenny, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, man.
Whenever you see Bo Nix light it up for Oregon, does it make you want to chug bleach?
No, it actually makes me feel good that he actually went to offense.
Because I can kind of relate. Seeing Joe Burrow light it up for LSU made me kind of sad. So
it bothers me a little bit, but I'm glad he went.
Even though we still had a great quarterback anyway that year, but it was still like, damn, we had that on our bench. You guys had him starting. He was an Auburn legacy.
Well, his daddy was.
And then he just left. Well, his grandpa was too. I when he was on Auburn, I saw some stat that anytime one of the Nixes was the starting quarterback for Auburn, the Braves won the World Series.
And actually, they did, if you remember.
So, like, his grandpa was the Auburn quarterback, and then the Braves won the World Series. Then his dad was, and the Braves won the World Series. And then he was. And then he transferred to Oregon. He said, "Fuck the legacy. I got to go play where I can be good instead of Auburn."
Oh, Jesus, we're joking. I don't know what happened to Steve. He just disappeared. Poofed.
Steve's had internet issues or something.
So I'm done with this. I'm just going to keep drinking. All right. So Thanksgiving yesterday, what was your favorite dish out there on the table?
Deviled eggs.
Put in the comments what your favorite dish is.
Deviled eggs.
What'd you say? Macaroni and cheese? I'll slap the snot out of you.
We made some of those Pillsbury biscuits that are really good.
To me, it's always the whiskey.
I actually did have a boatload of homemade mac and cheese.
He tried to roast the War Eagle for Thanksgiving.
And
I love Alan Knott.
Verizon.
And I think I've eaten about a dozen deviled eggs.
Dozen deviled eggs. What'd you have, Alex?
Just turkey, corn mashed potatoes, some noodles, and those Pillsbury biscuits that are really fucking good.
Pillsbury. You keep saying Pillsbury. So just
So
like
I got a
tube, like. Hang on, Kenny. Wait. So like the tube biscuits,
break
you
open.
just get in the freezer.
Yep.
Okay.
They're good.
Nice. Kenny, go ahead.
I need to ask this, Alex. AJ's up north too, but I want to ask Alex. What do you drink, Alex?
Like alcohol?
No, like Coca-Cola. What do y'all call it?
It's pop, sucker.
What the fuck is a pop? I heard that shit today in Walmart. Somebody asked me, did we have fucking pop? And I was like, yeah, it's over there on the candy aisle. It's called a fucking sucker. But I didn't cuss. But I'm just like, what is a pop? What is
oh
a pop?
my gosh!
I mean,
tell us you're from the backwoods without telling us you're in the backwoods. My
it's
God,
better than being from like the Carolinas where they call everything
soda.
cola.
What the fuck is pop, y'all?
Or
okay,
Coke.
I gotta go visit up north. I gotta go up
pop
north.
is what you apparently you have never left the state of Alabama.
No, I've never went up
of
north, but
Alabama.
I'm going up north. I think I'm gonna go visit Big Tim Backers next year, so I can see what it's like up north.
Come on up, man. We'll take you some salmon fishing. We'll take you out to
Rent an
Madison.
Airbnb so he doesn't know where you live.
Right? Because he might burn it down. Tammy Sue tried to serve.
I want to take him to a hog confinement in Iowa in midsummer with the humidity and all of the methane gas. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Jeez, man. Okay. All right. So I usually, and this is kind of our icebreaker segment. So I might as well. Here we go. We've kind of broken this thing wide open. I would love to talk when I need to. Anyway, but we do this every week. Y'all watch the show. I think everyone here has seen the show at one time. Icebreakers. We scour the internet to find the best funny stuff, the memes, whatever. Please tell me everyone in here has seen the Marie Calendar memes at some point during Thanksgiving. Kenny, have you seen this? Yes or no?
Yes.
You have. Alex, you've never seen? You're in for a treat. AJ, have you ever seen? No?
Nope.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's
I'm
the
not a social media
backstory
guy
on
until I
this.
started doing this stuff. So
Put in the
that looks
comments if you know the
delicious.
backstory on this, because I'm telling you now, this is one of the funniest stories I've ever seen in my life. So this woman, Sharon Weiss, decided to buy a Marie Callender's pie and burnt the absolute living thing to crisp and then said, "Thanks, Marie Callender, for ruining Thanksgiving dessert." Now, does anybody see a problem with this here? First off, it is your fault it's burnt. It is definitely not Marie Callender's fault that the pie is burnt. So, of course, the internet had some things to say about that.
Oh, yeah.
This show is on a regular basis. Yes. The internet had Gordon Ramsay would have a field day. It's so burnt there are two hobbits trying to throw a ring.
That's so dumb.
This one here, if you want it done right, rare, medium, was Sharon Weiss. Would you like your steak done as Sharon Weiss, please? Turkey.
Pompeii.
God almighty.
Damn, that's awesome.
Oh, that's
Sweet
a
and
good one.
sour chicken burnt style by Sharon Weiss. Yes, there you go. This right here. Thanks, Marie Callender. My wife left, took all the kids to the house, even the dog, and all left his credit card debt she put us in. Sharon, next time you just bring the ice, okay? Sharon's ice.
She'll burn that too.
Golly.
Sharon Weiss trying to calculate how long to put the pie in for. Yeah, for real. Sharon opening the oven to check on the pie she put in.
Wow.
This is my favorite part of Thanksgiving, man. I'm telling you right now. Marie Callender's still mourning over the crime committed by Sharon Weiss. Because she massacred my pie. You know. God, Sharon, I hope the oven temperature isn't too high. The oven temperature.
Jesus Christ.
I love it.
Oh man, America united again because of memes. Sharon, yeah, for real. When you invite Jesus for pie, tell him Sharon is.
Oh man.
Oh God, man, this is just great. Millennials, boomers, Gen Z defending Marie Callender's from Sharon. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Marie Callender.
That's wrong.
I love that.
I haven't even looked at some of these, man. I haven't even looked at
Anakin's just like, I hate you.
Yeah, right.
Good one, Colin. Good one, Colin.
Colin off the top rope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look here, Kenny. Look here. It's so burnt. I thought I was looking at an Auburn DB. Ha, 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 ha.
Nah, fine.
Oh, there's Steve.
We'll see where y'all laugh tomorrow night.
There's Steve.
Oh.
What's up, Steve?
You got a
I'm
replay.
back.
Back.
Someone told me there were beavers on the TV. I didn't realize it was a football game.
Oh man, that was a good one.
Oh God.
What the?
Sharon's fine looking back at her after she checked.
That's what we're all going to look like after this football season.
Yeah, for real. My God. But I took it out when the timer went off. Sharon, that was the smoke alarm. God, man. The rare photo of young Sharon Weiss, just moments taken after her using her first easy bake oven. Yeah, buddy.
Jesus
That's true.
Louise.
So Kenny,
Sharon begging the pot, never going to take it out, never going to blame myself. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Kenny, are we sure it was an electrical fire and not a Marie Callender's pie?
Was it Sharon Weiss that burnt down that house or not?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to think about that.
Sharon Weiss, I bet he's thinking about other women. Is she ever going to take that pie out of the oven? Oh, man.
Oh, that's great. That's
Talking about that.
Sharon, how long have you been in the pet? It's been 84 years. What, Kenny?
Talking about the house, I found out last week. I talked to Hunter about it. Actually, what happened? Y'all ready for this?
Sure.
The stove was left on to heat the house.
Oh God!
But who turned on the stove? Kenny, Sharon?
I wasn't there.
Was it a gas one or electric?
It was an electric stove. It was
Baking bad.
They turned the gas off
Sharon
in the
Weiss,
house.
though.
That's why they were heating it with the stove.
Yeah, that's not as bad.
Yeah. So
Baking bad.
anyway,
That's
that's
that's a good one.
yeah. Yeah. So
Internet is
that was definitely a treat. I love
Was
those
it though? It looked pretty burnt.
so much, and more of them came out.
Yeah, it looked pretty burnt.
Pretty burnt. That's
Good one,
right.
Alan. Good one.
One month of retreat.
Next time you get a steak, you should say Sharon Weiss, and then they actually
you
should
know
know what you're
you know
talking
what
about.
the scary part about that is, right?
What is
There's
the scary
people
part
that
about
will
that?
actually eat that and say they love it like that.
I'm telling you,
No,
so bad.
No, that's
So
so
bad.
bad.
It's like the worst ever. Man,
That's how you
love
cook
it,
a
love it, love
marshmallow
it.
s'more, though.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Oh gosh,
Now, burnt cheese, forget about it. I'll eat that all day.
Man,
all day.
All day.
Well, so okay, so the next, so one question I have before we move on to the rest of the segment and let you guys get on, and you get on the road, AJ. You're probably gonna leave.
Yes, sir.
I've
been drinking too, so it should be fun.
Yeah, it should be a fun drive. Is it time to put up the tree yet or not?
Sunday here at this house.
Sunday at this house. Oh, you already got the tree up.
What kind of tree is that?
That's a dollar store special.
It looks like a
bottom rack.
It's one. I don't like the big fluffy looking.
It's putting a whole new mening to the expression.
I just like the real narrow Christmas trees.
Stop. Just time out. You don't like anything. I guarantee $1,000 you didn't buy that tree.
Actually, I bought
guarantee you,
I bought-
Jennifer. Okay,
I bought
let's
the
rephrase.
tree, she
Jennifer picked
decorated.
out the tree. She
No.
picked
Probably
out
try
the
to
tree.
smash it
yesterday.
over his head like the pumpkins.
Trying to
Every
think.
holiday's a
I don't know.
disaster.
To me, it looked
whatever.
like a pencil
I just
with a light on
love
it.
this framed wreath, like a framed wreath.
I
back.
see that.
I see that.
Like we were talking, like somebody mentioned earlier that
See,
Kenny
now that's
gets
a
really
tree.
stretched
Yeah,
out.
tree.
That's
Steve has
what,
got
that's
a
what
tree.
Kenny's stretched out looks like. That wreath.
We should definitely wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
talking
funny.
about. Let's go. Hey, let's go, Steve. Who else?
I had
You got
nothing.
yours
to
up
do
too, don't you, AJ?
No, it's not up, man. I told you Sunday. Sunday's the day.
Sunday is where he.
What
is,
about
yeah.
you, Alex?
So there's holidays, man.
Not up yet. It
Thanksgiving,
will be though.
rivalry week, Sundays,
It's about time.
Christmas season.
Yeah, the day after Thanksgiving is always a day for me, and we got
What about
some of
you,
our
Chris?
stuff out. Put it.
Mine will be going up next week.
Do you keep it up through January?
No.
If you're
Me?
in Wisconsin, you keep your lights on the house way
Yeah,
past
that's-
January.
that-
You got to
I
wait
I
till
keep,
March.
I
before
keep
you
mine
get it.
up.
That is
It-
totally
honestly,
fair.
It's not really a uncommon thing in my household to keep it up through Valentine's Day. Once Valentine's Day hits, it's gone.
Good.
Just start decorating it with hearts, man.
Because you put that much time into it, you might as well keep it up for like a month or two.
I don't want to put it up for a month and then
Right.
have to turn like it's the very next day and take it all down and move it.
Right.
Mine's gone by New Year's. Everything comes down except for the lights on the house, because if you want to get your Christmas lights off the house in Wisconsin, you're going to find Jesus.
Yeah.
Right off the roof.
No. God.
New Year's Day, mine
you leave
comes
that
down.
shit up.
There's a new trend that you leave your tree up year round and just decorate it with every holiday.
I saw that.
Holiday
You get different ornaments for each holiday, like a Valentine's tree and stuff. I saw it. Yeah.
Birthdays and
Instituting
everything.
American laziness at its best.
Yeah.
You should do
And
that, Steve.
I'm gonna do it.
Tell us how it works.
Sure.
You do it. You should.
I don't think my wife will let me.
That would be the most Ohio thing ever, for sure.
Plus, I will not.
Alabama and Ohio unite with their Christmas trees up year round.
Yeah. There you go.
90 days until harvest.
There you go. Tree, weed, bush. Yeah, you know. Did Kenny get what? I can't.
Charlie Brown's
tree.
No, that one
Oh,
actually.
this was my ass tonight.
Damn, bro.
Hey, you asked for it, buddy.
Boy.
You asked for it.
I don't mind. Look, I love all of it, y'all.
Okay.
Because the only thing that I know right now is tomorrow night I get the last laugh, and that's what I want.
Mm.
So I don't care what y'all say
Okay.
tonight. I
So
get the last laugh.
I've got the question now. When do you
Go
start
for it.
listening to Christmas music?
Man, I've been listening to Christmas music since Thanksgiving.
Is Mariah
So,
defrosted now? Can we say
yesterday.
that she's finally defrosted?
I pulled
What,
up
Kenny?
That's hilarious.
I pulled up the
Is she
Birmingham
or is she
Christmas
not?
station last night.
I don't know. You'd have to ask Nick Cannon that, but I mean, I've been listening to Christmas music since Thanksgiving, so I walk around work singing
For
it.
one day,
Yesterday-
one whole day.
No,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
on Thanksgiving, I started listening to Christmas music. I walk around my job singing it.
Those poor
People think I'm
bastards.
crazy, but hey,
Those
I
poor
don't care.
bastards.
Yeah, boy. I bet they don't have any eardrums left.
I mean, I work
Oh,
at
God.
Walmart. I work. Listen, y'all. I work at Walmart. Walmart is the craziest place to work, but it's the funnest place to work.
That's the most
Steve-
Alabama thing you've ever said.
No,
That
look.
really
It's
is,
no
bro.
joke, y'all. I learned something by working at Walmart.
You have.
People fight over shit.
That's changed since when?
No,
I used
like
to work at
literally.
Target,
No,
dude.
wait. No. Y'all don't understand.
Very
They
descriptive
literally,
of you.
they
Way to
literally
use your
fist
word.
fight. They literally fist fight over shit. Chitlins. Chitlins is shit. They literally fist fight over them. I mean, what else can you want? I love it. I love my
God,
job.
that is so Alabama. It's unreal.
I'm just telling.
Oh, it's a
can you?
South thing.
Can you? Okay, you're gonna have to take us to your country, freaking Walmart, and explain how. I mean, it just that's wow.
I'm out.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be a part of that either. All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining.
I just picture being in this
Go ahead,
Walmart and somebody like randomly comes up and starts playing a banjo as they fight.
Look,
I
I'm
mean, you
coming
know,
to I gotta go.
it's possibly gonna happen.
So,
So,
what's the best time to come on
Steve,
board?
AJ, you guys going to be at the game? When are you going to get there? You're going to get there early in the morning, start interviews? How's the plan going to go?
Yes, sir. We're going to hit the tailgates probably around 9 a.m. We're going to start getting those interviews, start talking to people, starting to get our drink on, make our way to the stadium,
Can't
grab
wait.
some inside, hopefully, and
Can't wait.
get those afterwards interviews. Get those crying Wolverines or sour Buckeyes on tape.
Crying
There you go.
Wolverines.
I love it. I love it. Well, when you get it recorded or whatever, we'll certainly play it on this show.
So
I think you'll
there's a
get one of
video
them nutcases, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm afraid that Steve might get punched in the face. We're hiring a few bouncers to go with us this time, and I'm hoping that I can pay them to punch Steve in the face if no one else does it.
Oh, I'll make it happen.
So there's a video floating around on X that
Yeah.
AJ and Steve need to check out. Apparently, this guy dressed up as a Georgia fan last week and went to the Tennessee game. And oh my God, the abuse that he took, you've got to.
Oh, is this that one guy that does that like for every team, and then
like West Virginia and Pitt?
He did it last year. He dressed up as a Wolverine fan in Columbus and got cussed out. And then every Wolverine fan believed it was actually legit, and they were like, "Look how horrible Buckeye fans are." I'm like, this guy's trolling everybody.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to poke the fire. We're definitely going to poke the fire and have a little fun. So we'll see if we can get some crazy content.
Oh, you should.
Tell all of those Wolverine fans that they all suck for me, Steve.
So how long a drive is it for you, AJ?
For me, it's about a 6-hour drive.
What about you, Steve?
3.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour.
It's only 3 hours away.
So I got to make my way around Lake Michigan, which is a pain in the ass.
Okay.
Nice. Well, I'm sure it's going to be excellent, and y'all are going to kill it like you always do, and we'll be here to see it. So
good luck getting it out of Ann Arbor.
We'll see if we can get an exclusive one just for your guys' show. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Getting out of Ann Arbor is the worst thing in the world to do after a game. So good luck.
Is it? Well,
it sucks. It took me 3 hours to get out of that city in 2019.
That whole city smells like hot dog water. So, enjoy the smell while you're sitting in traffic.
That's disgusting. All right. Awesome, man. Well, Alex, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find us on College Football Dogs Network, the Buckeye Bro Show every Wednesday, 7:30 to 9:30. Hopefully, this will be our first show in our existence where we talk about a Buckeye win over the Wolverines. Praying for it. So that'll be great, and then we can talk about the Big Ten title game afterwards. So catch us next Wednesday at 7:30 on College Football Dogs Network.
Awesome. And AJ and Steve, where can everybody find you guys?
We are the Big Ten backers. We're on everything. No matter where you look, we're there. We did our first live show this morning. It's a little rough, trying to get in that driver's seat. But, hey, we're going live now. We're also still on Spotify. Hit us on social medias. Check out those interviews. Anything Big Ten backers on every social media.
You got it.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, you guys. And we will see you after the game. And I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about after that, right?
Yes, sir.
Go Bucks. OH.
I-O.
OH. All right. See you guys.
I got my phone with one hand. We'll see you.
See ya. All right, man. I am. That was
fun.
Let's get it up here. There we go. I'm excited. I am excited. Your game is going to be a crap show, Kenny. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm expecting a 12-7. I'm expecting a 12-7 game for yours, Chris. Mine was a crap show. We'll get to that here in a minute. But so, I'm excited, man. Rivalry week, it's finally here. Go ahead, Chris.
So my personal belief is that there is no way that Vanderbilt can keep this game close. That said, Vanderbilt wins 12-7.
Yeah. I want to remind.
Confused.
Yeah, right. I want to remind everyone to please like, share, follow, react, whatever you want to do to this broadcast. I know we've been running a little long today. We had a lot to discuss, a lot of different guests and such. But it's been a really good show so far. So hang in there with us. If you would like and share this with one person, just one person that likes college football, we would really appreciate it. Golden Boot Podcast. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch. We're live on Twitch right now. YouTube, Golden Media Sports Network. And you can email us at thegoldenbootpodcast@gmail.com. Let's get into our bone crushers. All right. Welcome back. Tonight's golden. Tonight's Bone Crushers are sponsored by Bones Coffee. Shoot. My bone crusher, I'm just going to start off things. And I'm glad that people are coming here. Yep. Keep the comments coming. That helps us out a lot. If you've got a cold, hard truth, put it in the comments. We want to hear it. I don't know whatever game you're watching, whatever game's happening. We will get to the Civil War. Is that happening right now, Chris? What's that score?
It is, and I looked at it just a second ago. Oregon kicked a field goal in the third quarter. It is now 24-7 Oregon over Oregon State.
24-7.
And let me just say, the worst thing for Alabama that could happen this weekend is happening.
Yep. What is?
Texas is absolutely smoking Texas Tech 50-7 right now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the worst thing that can happen, but we'll see how that plays out. All right, that being said, bone crusher. Put in the comments what you think your cold hard truth is about this weekend. Mine, and we'll recap it. We may just skip over it, but the Missouri-Arkansas game. All right, look, I knew coming into this week, I knew that it was going to be a blowout. I didn't think that Arkansas had enough anything to deal with Cody Schrader or Missouri or the high-powered offense they've had. Luther Burden, I figured it would be a blowout at the beginning. But listen, I did not need the refs to help with that, okay? This game would be perfectly fine if it was a complete blowout, nothing wrong, no kind of issues, whatever. This entire game was a crap show from start to finish. And I mean it. It was just probably one of the worst officiated games I've ever seen in college football. The referee, and I don't have a picture of him, but had the IQ of a popsicle stick. Every time he ran out on the field, he looked like he had no idea what was going on. It was awful. The score was terrible, which I expected. But there was a point, and I don't have the video, but there was a point where the game basically came. There was a fight that broke out. There was a big battle that broke out right there at the goal line. Number 74, and I don't remember his name, for Missouri, one of the offensive linemen shoved down an Arkansas defender, had him held on the ground, pinned him down, and was pushing down on the ground with him, got up, like he was trying to get up. 74 kicked at him, missed, didn't kick his head, but kicked at him. And then all chaos ensued. A big fight broke out. One of the Arkansas defenders was trying to defend his friend, or his teammate. There were several ejections. 2 Arkansas defenders and a Missouri guy were ejected. They run 3 plays, come back on the kickoff, and the ref comes out and says, "Oh yeah, we made a mistake. Number 56 is ejected, not number 58." So they didn't even know what number was taking place there. It was abysmal. It was just awful all the way around. Awful. Final game of the season for Arkansas. People are livid, upset, calling for Sam Pittman's head. Look, he's coming back next year. Sorry about your luck. He's already got a Michigan State 4-star offensive lineman committed to Arkansas for next year as a transfer. And I think that's going to build. So my cold hard truth is this: Missouri did not need the referees to help them win in this ball game. And unfortunately, I honestly just the SEC referees are horrible anyway. But it's just not good. It's just not good all the way around. So Chris, what's your bone crusher?
So I actually have a bone crusher, and as I get to it, I'm going to bring on our old buddy, Mr. Andrew from College Sports Villains. is going to jump in. I understand Kenny's got to be going somewhere here in a little bit, so we're going to bring Kenny,
I gotta go
Andrew on to help us out a little bit. So
I got to jump
you may
off.
have
I got
to
to be
adjust
at
the screen there, George. But it's all good.
All right.
But
Okay, Kenny, if you got to leave, get out of here, buddy. We'll see you next time.
I'll see y'all.
all right,
Until next
thanks
time.
for helping us,
Do
Kenny.
that.
All right. Yeah, thanks.
Get
No
that
problem.
Take care.
patch forward.
So my bone
What's up, Andrew?
crusher
What's up?
is gonna be the transfer portal.
Yeah.
So take a look at Mike Elko, the head coach at Duke, made the statement regarding the transfer portal. We're about 13 days away from complete anarchy and the Wild West. It's literally open free agency for all of college football. I don't know that anyone is immune to what is going on in the transfer portal. It is what it is.
Right.
And you've got to put together a strategy to retain your players. And NIL is a big part of it. So I don't disagree with him on that it's going to be the wild, wild west.
Yeah.
NIL is going to be a major player in this. And we already see it happen. Last night, after the Mississippi State Ole Miss game, reports started coming out that Will Rogers will be transferring and using his COVID year to transfer somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
There's reports out of Kentucky that up to 15 players will be leaving that team, including their starting 2 wide receivers, Dane Key and Barryon Brown.
Yeah.
It's going to get wild out there, people. And we got to find a way to rein this in. It's not a sustainable product for anybody. So I just wanted to throw that out. Something's got to give. We can't keep doing this every year.
Nope.
So what's your thoughts on that, Andrew?
There you go.
Well, the transfer portal has really just gotten out of control. That they said something they're expecting thousands of people to jump into it by the end of the next week. I mean, what's the point of even recruiting anymore when you can just go into the transfer portal, pick and choose who you want. Next year you're a contender. I think they need to do something about it, but will they? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that question right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think a lot of teams are going to be shocked at what's fixing to happen.
Well, and it happens every year. Let's not try to sugarcoat that, but it happens every year. The NIL and transfer portal makes things difficult for teams, especially teams that don't have much money or what have you. But it just kind of is what it is at this point. Andrew, Clemson, South Carolina plays. What time do they play?
7:30 tomorrow night in Williams-Brice.
Yeah. Are you expecting that to be a slobber knocker?
Yes. So anytime that you get a night game in a stadium environment like that, it's always going to be good. We have so many people back from injuries. We're close to full strength. Clemson has a few key injuries as well. I think it's going to be a 27-24 game either way. Of course, I'm going to call it for the Gamecocks because that's the way I want it to be. But I do think it's going to be like right down to the wire.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a good ball game.
Yeah, I actually got South Carolina winning that game too.
Me too.
Yep.
By 3.
George
it's going to
like
be
he's
one of those classic
preoccupied.
games. He is.
I'm trying to get my stuff would work. I'd be great. It's freezing, everything keeps moving. It's a discombobulated. All right, let's. Do you have a bone crusher, Andrew? You want to go over, or some kind of cold hard truth?
So the cold hard truth for now is, and I know that Kenny's already off, but the cold hard truth is Auburn is about to get beat down. And I know he really wants them to win, and I get it. That's his team, and I'm the same way. I always want them to win. But that 7 years in a row, Clemson beat South Carolina. I never picked South Carolina to win because even though it was a rivalry, it was obvious the talent difference. I was looking at it. So if you go like, all right, so you just start comparing. All right, so take coaches. Who are you taking, Alabama or Auburn? Quarterback. Who are you taking? Quarterback. Who you taking?
Alabama. Alabama.
Wide receivers. Who you taking?
Alabama.
Offensive, defensive line. Who you taking? That's
Alabama.
the problem. I can't pick one area where Auburn is going to win. Like I don't have any wins for Auburn on there, TJ, and that's the problem. And it doesn't matter if they play in Afghanistan.
I do think the only position that Auburn is probably better at is at running back.
Yeah.
Because
I would agree with that, except they don't have the offensive line to support said running backs.
They don't.
So if that running back was on Alabama, they would be an even more lopsided event. Because I think McClellan is a good running back. I don't think Alabama has the best running game it's had. They can run the ball. They will run the ball. At times, they will look like they can't run the ball. But Auburn just doesn't have that offensive line to bolster that running back depth, and that makes no sense why they have such a good running back room if they don't have an offensive line. So, but Kenny's,
you see what that.
Well, go ahead, Andrew. What were you saying?
I'm just saying, you see what that kid from New Mexico State did at quarterback. And he's a good quarterback, but he's not Monroe. You know what I mean?
Cool.
I can't find a win anywhere for Auburn, especially on the offensive and defensive line.
I think
that's going to be the problem.
I mean, unless it was a fluke, Alex said it best. New Mexico State. 3 words. And I can't.
What was a beatdown?
Right.
A fluke is a 2-point win. That was a beatdown.
That was a beatdown. And that absolutely showed Auburn's true colors, in my opinion.
Was.
Now, we know this rivalry has always been about whatever record that each team has, throw it out the window. Because they're going to play tougher than they have all year against each other. That's fine. But this year, and I said it, and I will stand by it, will be the lowest rated Iron Bowl in Iron Bowl history. Because it will be a knockdown blowout. It'll be a blowout.
It'll be over by halftime. Yeah, people will turn it by halftime. I agree.
It would not surprise me if it is 28-3 going in the half. It would not surprise me at all.
No, I mean,
now Auburn has somewhat of a defense, and maybe nerves get the best of Alabama, and they may do, not have. But I mean, at least 17-3, something like that. I mean,
yeah.
There's going to be some kind of disparity there, and so we'll see. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't think. let's be fair. I told Kenny it'd be by 30. It wouldn't surprise me if it is, but I think it's going to be probably not. Jordan Hare is a tough place to play. I think the fans may run on the field and try to take over the game themselves if they get down by that much, just because that's kind of what we have. But it's going to be interesting, and also I can't remember having an Iron Bowl in the daytime in the last few years. I thought they were all at night. Am I wrong on that, Chris?
I thought they've all been in the daytime.
No, last year was at
most
night.
Of them have
double. Most of them are the 3:30 game.
Are they?
Yeah. So CBS does option their contract for the 3:30 Iron Bowl because it's such a big game, a lot. So
I guess it is. Maybe it's because at half it's dark because it gets In Alabama, it's dark at like
it gets dark
5
at 5 o'clock.
or like 4:30.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it gets dark in Alabama because of how close it is to Eastern time zone, like 4:30, because I used to live there. So it's just a weird kind of deal. When the time change would happen, you look out and 3:45, it looks like it's 7 o'clock at night. But it is what it is. TJ says Alabama is going to destroy Auburn. They're going to forget about NMSU. Yeah. Yeah. It would not surprise me that.
So there is a game.
Yeah, it's not gonna be cool.
Well, not a game, but there is a team out there that I'd like to talk about.
What team? What are we talking about?
Ole Miss. You might want to get Sarah involved and get her in the comments over here.
I
think we need to talk about Ole Miss.
I was gonna get her on, but she's dealing with kids. Because I wanted her to tell her perspective on the game. We watched it last night. Dude, Mississippi State is just a bad football team. They're just bad. But kudos to them. They played up to
they didn't quit.
Ole Miss's level. They didn't quit. They played very well defensively compared to they have all year, which was strange. And that game was interesting. Do we have the stats on that one? Did you already put that one up? Where's the stats on that one?
Can't remember which one it is. I think it's this one.
I think you do have it. Nope, that's Iowa, Nebraska.
Nope.
It's one of these. It's this one. There you go. We do have the stats on this one. It was very interesting. They both were 4 of 16 on third down.
Very evenly matched.
It was very evenly matched. It's just that Ole Miss just had more first downs and was able to squeak past just a little bit, but both of them went 4 of 16. Like Sarah says, that game took forever.
So here's my take. You got Ole Miss sitting here at 10-2.
Yep.
Do you know who their 2 losses are?
Let's see. Alabama and
Georgia.
Alabama and Georgia.
Yep.
Do you know who they beat in like the second week of the season? Maybe third week?
No. Who?
An 11-1 Tulane team.
That's right. Yep.
On the road.
Yep. You're right. You are 100% correct.
How good is Ole Miss?
Pretty good. They're playing at a level that I did not expect this year, to be quite honest. And
no shame to lose to Bama and Georgia.
No shame.
And then you got the win over Tulane to back it up.
I know. Yeah. It's just there's just no.
Is that a team that belongs in the New Year's Six game?
I don't know, man. If our only 2 losses this year were Bama and Georgia, I'd be feeling pretty good.
Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Sarah says, "Yep," and not fair that Mizzou is ranked higher. To be fair, I'm trying to remember how many ranked wins does Missouri have, sitting at 10-2. Because I don't remember. I know they beat Kansas State. I know
Tennessee.
They beat Tennessee.
Tennessee, Kansas State.
Tennessee, Kansas State.
That's all I can think of.
Yeah, and then Ole Miss is beaten Tulane. Who else? As far as ranked wins.
That's their only ranked win.
They beat LSU.
Yeah.
Oh, LSU.
Oh, that's right. LSU. That's right. Yeah. And Missouri did not. So they have 2 ranked wins apiece.
Ole Miss. So, yeah, I can see where Ole
they have
Miss
a common opponent
Missouri.
in LSU.
Yeah.
And Ole Miss beat LSU, and Missouri didn't.
I know. Yep.
Ole Miss should be ranked higher. Period.
I think so. I think so. But it just kind of is what it is at this point. I mean, they are the way they are, and the committee says this, that, and the other. I'm interested to see what happens after this week.
I think that would be a really good game.
Well, I don't think it's going to be Ole Miss and Missouri. I don't think we see that. Is there an
Probably
SEC
not,
versus SEC bowl game? I wish there was.
No, but
there's not.
I think it would be
They
a
generally
really good
don't do
game.
that.
No.
I think it's two evenly matched teams. It would be a really good game.
It would.
I think
it
in the
would
future, now that we have these massive conferences, maybe you could get a conference.
Well, if
You
they
know what I
if they
mean?
keep up their momentum, if both teams keep up their momentum, they'll be in the 12-team playoff next year. So there would be a chance they would play each other. So I don't know, but that game was interesting. Ole Miss at times looked good. Ole Miss, Mississippi State looked decent at times. But it was it was a classic rivalry game. I mean, it was just straight up, throw the records out the window.
Fist fights and all.
Fist fights and all.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was I'd love to see an Ole Miss Mizzou game, Sarah says. Right. I think that game would be really good. She says Ole Miss defense got tired after half. Yeah, I agree with that. Because for some reason, Will Rogers was playing like Peyton Manning in this ball game up until just a little bit
He's
after.
trying to get his
swag on.
He was trying to get his transfer portal stock up.
Well, yeah, and that's another thing. He is transferring. He's gone.
Yeah, he was.
But does he really have to boost his stock any? He's got the most. He's got the most yards in SEC.
I mean, he played for Mississippi State.
He does. He does. He does. This year, though, he was pretty embarrassed about this year because he didn't play like Will Rogers plays. He was very discombobulated in the pro-style offense. Well, they explained it, and I remember at the beginning of it where they said the pro-style offense changed the way that the center snaps the ball. You're used to having it real close and under center, and then you're in the shotgun all the time with a pro-style offense. And they were just very
TJ with a really good question over here.
Where do you think Rogers lands, Andrew?
I have no idea. I see it, buddy. There's just too many options out there to really narrow it down. I mean, he could go any freaking where. He's elite.
Yeah. What do you think, Chris? Where do you see him going? Armando says hook 'em horns. Well,
so
I can't agree with you because horns down there, brother. But I appreciate you stopping in. Go ahead, Chris.
So I think you're in the same chat that I'm in.
Yeah.
And somebody pointed something out to me. He grew up in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Northern Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Memphis.
You think he's going to go to Tennessee? Do you really think that?
No, he's going to Memphis.
Oh, he's going to Memphis.
And he's going to win between 9 and 11 games next year.
In Memphis.
You think he goes to Memphis University?
Yes.
Somebody here said, well, I don't really want Will Rogers. But in another chat, he said, well, I mean, he'd be the answer to Auburn's quarterback problem. And I mean,
yeah, I got that same message today.
Right, yeah. But yet he goes, well, no, I don't really want Will Rogers. But yet he says in private, well, but I mean, he would.
He's coming to
fix
Auburn.
A lot of things.
No,
come on, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going to Auburn.
He did. He's going to Memphis.
Calling him out. Well, and that may be. There's a lot of places he could actually go to make a difference. There really is.
Where do you guys think Ty Simpson ends up?
Ty Simpson. I I don't know. He needs some.
Alabama's back
that
there,
makes
Ty
him
Simpson.
fit. He needs something that'll fit his
I
style.
say.
You think he stays in the SEC,
that,
Andrew?
Once again, no.
No.
I don't think you have to anymore. You know what I mean? You could go to Maryland and make a name now.
That's true. That's
so,
true. Depending on who or
I don't know
who you go and
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean you're on to something there. It's definitely
So
something.
I actually know people that at the high school where he attended.
Yeah.
And they have told me it's between two schools. And that's UT Martin in the FCS and Vanderbilt. And his dad is also the coach at UT Martin. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting to follow.
Yeah. Definitely would be.
Well, and that's something else. Like going to UT Martin, it sounds like really weird with everybody, but I mean, you go down to that level and you start showing out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a good program too.
I mean, you never know.
Right.
It's not a bad program, no.
Yeah. Talking about Missouri, Arkansas earlier, here's the stats for today's 48-10 lopsided victory. Arkansas lost
y'all throwing haymakers out there.
Fumbles. Arkansas lost 5 fumbles in this game. 5 fumbles. I don't know what exactly happened, but I know that that rushing happened. Missouri had 258 rushing yards, 43 attempts. Cody Schrader.
You said Cody Schrader might have 300 yards rushing against us today.
Pretty daggum close. And I said it. I mean, I'm an Arkansas fan, but I'm also a realist.
Question, George.
Yeah.
Are you upset about the AD's vote of confidence for Sam Pittman?
No. And let me tell you why. Because Andrew, nobody else is coming to Arkansas. So, here's another reason why. You fire him. You set the program back another 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You erase all the recruiting classes that were coming in. You erase all the even though we took steps back this year, you erase all the progress that we made last 4 years, and you start over yet again for the now 5th time in 15 years. So no. I don't hate the vote of confidence in the AD. I know that there was glimpses of flashes of success later on in the year after they got rid of Dan Enos. Dan Enos was a cancer, should have never been hired in the first place. The O-line has been awful, terrible. They just didn't have the players. The step in the right direction was the 4-star offensive lineman commit from Michigan State that committed over the last weekend. That's a step in the right direction. That means that people are actually maybe not people are confident, but players certainly are. Because why would an offensive lineman say, "Yeah, I'll go to Arkansas"? And I mean, yeah, it's Michigan State, but I mean, like, you could go anywhere. You're a 4-star offensive lineman. You can go anywhere. You pick Arkansas? Why? So, no, I don't hate it. Now, if he comes out next year and goes 2-10, that's a different story. That's a totally different story. But people are stupid in my fan base because they're likening him to Chad Morris. He's no better than Chad Morris. No. Sam Pittman did not go 2-10 2 years in a row. He did not go 0-8 in the SEC 2 years in a row.
How many years did Chad Morris coach there?
2. And that's our problem, 2. Andrew. We gave him 2 years total. And he didn't even be able to finish his second year because he was fired in his second year. Because of the abysmal.
He didn't win a single SEC game. You can't keep that.
You can't
keep it.
Exactly. But you absolutely ripped the legs out from underneath of your entire program by firing a head coach 2 years into his job. Yeah, I agree. 100%.
That's a little.
Oh, I 100% agree. The problem is they shot themselves in the foot when they let Julie Cromer Peoples come in as acting AD, hire that clown show of a coach in the first place.
He had to be fired.
Exactly.
No matter who did it.
I agree. But he should have never been hired in the first place. That's
that
why.
Was weird.
I mean, he was doing good at SMU. Why not give him a chance?
Look at his record. Look at his record in SMU. Take a look back at his record and see if it's good. See if it's decent. He turned the program around, but he still was only in 3 years barely over 500. Barely. And I mean barely. If that.
He turned it around, right?
Well, yeah, in year 3, he had a winning record.
So I wonder, was that a choice? So when South Carolina hired Will Muschamp, when Spurrier left the program, right?
Yeah.
It was just to get somebody in to stabilize the program. It wasn't a long-term solution. It was, we're in disarray. We need somebody who knows what they're doing to come in and stabilize it for the coach after. I think Will Muschamp knew that from the beginning. And I wonder if Chad Morris wanted the same thing. The program, like, we just got to get somebody in here to bridge to the next guy. And that may have always been the plan why they didn't let him finish the second season.
Right. But here's the problem with that is any self-respecting coach knows and will say, oh, I'm not going to go to Arkansas because they only give me 2 years. I can't even build a program in 2 years.
That's not true.
It's proof of the pudding. Nobody's coming to Arkansas.
You can't say that nobody's coming to Arkansas because you fired a coach that never won a single game.
2 years.
It's just not accurate.
It seems to be the case. Because my understanding is insider sources say calls were made this year to see what kind of interest was out there.
But who did
Guess
they call?
How much is interest? Zero.
Who did they call? That's the question.
Well, one of them was Malzahn, but there were several phone calls made, not just Malzahn.
Okay.
And
why would Malzahn leave the largest university in the United States?
That's what I've been saying for the whole time.
Okay, but who else was called?
I don't know.
Lance Leipold's not leaving Kansas for Arkansas.
Nope.
That's a lateral move at best.
That's what I'm saying.
So who did they call?
Well, let's see. I don't know, but think about
Bobby Petrino.
Who they may call.
So here's a coach out there that they should call.
Who?
Sean Elliott.
So I'm gonna back you on that. Sean Elliott, he has the passion. He has the players too. So the players love the guy. Like, they go to war for him. He was our interim coach when Steve Spurrier decided to dip out on us, and he didn't have a great record.
He beat
we had
the hell
half
out
the
of my
team quit when
Vanderbilt
Spurrier left and all that. And then, now he coaches down in Georgia State, and he's doing a heck of a job down there. I think he's ready to go to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I love the guy. He's a Gamecock alum. Like, he gets my vote of confidence.
That's the kind of coach you have to call, is the Jamie Chadwells, the Sean Elliott's. Hell, even take a swing at Matt Campbell.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. But see, and I think that's the problem. You have a board of directors.
Yeah, if you could get Matt Campbell
and stuff, and people like that who have been gun shy to try and start over and do that again, because they went an up and comer route. They went brought Brett Bielema from the Big Ten down to the SEC to give him that bigger start.
That was putting a square peg in a round hole.
Correct. They brought Chad Morris from SMU as one of those up and comers, young up and comers with a Gus Malzahn offense. It didn't work.
But I can also tell you that Arkansas did make a phone call to Nashville to try and hire somebody in Nashville that year.
Who? Clark Lee?
No.
Who?
They tried to hire James Franklin.
Oh, Franklin.
Let's look at Chad Morris during his time at Clemson. As soon as he moved on, Clemson took the next step. That is a fact.
Correct.
Once he went to SMU and Clemson got a new offensive coordinator, bam, natties. Just saying.
Bingo. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dabo knew that, so Dabo's like, "Yeah, you should probably take that SMU job pretty soon." I think that's probably how that went down.
It's abysmal at best. So, regardless, it doesn't matter. Sam's got another year. We'll see if he can figure out. Truth be told, I'm glad 9 months. I don't have to think about it. So
he does.
I'm good with that. Let's look at this other recap here. So, the Iowa-Nebraska game, the one that took us back decades in offense. 6 of 18, third down, 8 of 17.
I love a defensive game.
God.
Hey,
I like a defensive game too, but man, at some point you just something's gotta give.
So do you remember the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they had Warren Sapp and George?
Yes.
John Lynch.
Yep.
And their quarterback was Trent Dilfer, and it might have been the worst offense in the NFL that year.
Yep. I remember Warren Sapp. I remember Warren Sapp blowing through two guys. Green Bay went down to Tampa Bay, blowing through two offensive linemen, and literally pancake smashing Brett Favre to the ground to where he couldn't see straight. Brett then gets up, shakes it off, throws a touchdown, is called over to the sideline, gets thrown out because he had a concussion, and he's like, "Nope, you're done." That was Warren Sapp was the dude.
He did that often. You could double team him, triple team.
It didn't matter who it was. Iowa's defense reminds me of that kind of of just ridiculous. You take this defense and you do an all-star offense, I don't think Iowa would lose to anybody. Their defense is
so
I don't even know.
If you look at these numbers,
if Iowa had an offense, they'd be national champions.
Yes.
It is insane.
So 6 of 18 on third down. You know what Iowa's offensive philosophy is?
No.
You know what? If we don't make it, we'll punt it and let our defense handle it.
Yep.
You look at the penalties. 2 for 10 yards.
Yep.
Fundamentally sound football.
Yep.
They're not turning the ball over.
Nope.
You know, that's what LSU used to do under Les Miles. Punt it. Let our defense take care of it.
Exactly. And there's something to be said for that they are 10-2 with no offensive cohesiveness at all.
They are the embodiment of defense wins championships.
Yes.
That's it.
And I said it earlier in another chat. If Iowa pulls the coordinator, man. If Iowa pulls the upset next week in the Big Ten championship game, do you know how many angry people are going to be out there?
Love it.
Yeah.
80% of the country going to be angry because Iowa's a Big Ten champion.
I'm going to love it.
Yeah. I'd love
who
it
cares?
too. I mean, who cares?
Like, whoever wins tomorrow.
I agree. Yeah. It's interesting. Well,
so let's just say Ohio State beats Michigan. The next week, Iowa beats Ohio State. How awesome would that be?
Right. It'd be something. Let's take a let's hear from college football dogs real quick, and we'll be right back to wrap this thing up. Hang on, we'll be right back.
On the College Football Dogs website, you'll find a main page that features some of our biggest and newest stories. Our conference pages for content related to your favorite team's conference. Our team store, where we have products that are available all year long, as well as gear available for a limited time only. Our podcast page, where you can see when one of the 12 plus College Football Dogs podcasts is streaming live on social media. Our subscription page, where you can join our Discord. If you're interested in becoming a contributor at College Football Dogs, email us at info@collegefootballdogs.com. If you enjoy any College Football Dogs content, we really do appreciate any donations you can make by visiting the donate page on our website or scanning the QR code here.
You're listening to the Golden Boot Podcast. Stay golden.
I don't know what you're saying.
All right, welcome back to the Golden Boot Podcast. As we start to wrap this thing up, I want to know any game that we did not talk about that you guys will be watching, and what do you think will happen in said game, Chris?
We didn't really cover it in depth.
Yeah,
but I said it earlier on the show, but there's no way in Hades that Vanderbilt keeps this game close with Tennessee tomorrow. That said, Vanderbilt wins 12-7.
Andrew, any game on your radar we didn't cover?
You know, the Florida State. I got on late. Maybe y'all did cover it. I had to get home from work. I didn't get home till 10. That game's on my radar. I still think Florida State's better top to bottom, and I think their backup quarterback's better. But Florida State does seem to lose a stupid game every year. Could be.
Yeah. Well. Real quick before we jump off
here. By the way, Texas is absolutely destroying Texas Tech, and Bo Nix is going off.
Well, that's what I was just about to look up is the scores for the rest of the games.
Yeah, last time I looked, it was 50-7, and Oregon had started gapping Oregon State. They had just scored early in the fourth. It was 31-7. Worst thing that could happen for Texas is for that to happen. Or worst thing for Alabama for that to happen.
I mean, do you see the stat line for Bo Nix? Listen to this. 30 of 37, 360 yards, average 9.7, 2 touchdowns. Like, that guy, man. Like, incredible.
He's incredible because he fits that system. Does he have how many passes does he have over 20 yards? Because I saw a stat today. He had 17 completions total over 20 yards. And meanwhile, Jaden Daniels had 20 touchdowns.
That's good enough.
20 touchdowns over 20 yards. So just a kind of interesting stat. It's 31-7. Oregon has the ball with 5:36 left in the fourth. Quite an interesting.
Before we go, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
You're an NFL GM. You taking Bo Nix or Daniels?
Daniels all day long. I say that depending on the system, because if I have like a Lamar Jackson type football program, I'm taking Daniels. If I have a Tom Brady system where I have a bolstered big offensive line that lets him sit in the pocket, Bo Nix all day long. Just depends on the system, I guess.
I was fixing to say, you get a bad offensive line like Tennessee's got, I'm taking Jaden Daniels because he can move. and he can get around, and he can create plays with his legs when the protections break down.
Truth be told, and that's why Bo Nix didn't work out at Auburn. Auburn did not have the type of offensive line he has at Oregon. It's just it is what it is. Because Oregon
not playing as good
the
defenses either. Pac-12 doesn't take.
Yeah, right. Oregon's stats as far as pass protection are ridiculous. Like, there's no comparison at all to where he was before.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Do you know where Jaden Daniels would be really, really good?
Where?
Cincinnati
or Tennessee is what I was thinking.
Cincinnati with that.
I was going to say Atlanta.
With the horrible offensive line. Atlanta don't have wide receivers, though.
No, and Atlanta doesn't have – like, they have Bijan Robinson, but Atlanta doesn't have, like, the protection that Jaden would – or that Jaden would need. Now, Bo would go to, say I don't know.
Bo Nix in Cleveland.
Huh?
Bo Nix in Cleveland with that defense.
Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland would be good. In all reality, though, he'll probably go to the Patriots, something like that.
I think he'd be great at Green Bay.
I don't think Green Bay needs a quarterback. Not anymore. 3 out of the last 4 games. Well, I mean, look at him. 3 out of the last 4 games. What has he done? A lot. And the Detroit game yesterday was telltale for me. So.
Oh boy!
What?
We may have some breaking news.
And what's the breaking news?
So for a week, we've been hearing rumors about Jonathan Smith to Michigan State.
Yeah.
But all the Michigan State people and Oregon State people have been saying, no, that don't make any sense. Jonathan Smith is from Oregon State. I just got a message from an Oregon State guy saying Jonathan Smith to Michigan State.
Really? Huh.
Well, you know what? Oregon State is so destabilized right now. They don't have a conference. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
me. Yeah. Let's real quick look at these here. Because I've got this here. Let's rapid fire this real fast. A&M LSU. Daggum it. That was not what I wanted.
LSU.
Hang on a minute. Where the heck? Let's just do this one here, I guess. That'll work. A&M LSU. What do you got, Chris?
Weird things have happened in this series over the past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
While I think LSU's the better team,
yep,
I'm picking Texas A&M to pull the upset.
A&M to pull the upset. I think Jaden Daniels has a field day. LSU wins. Tennessee Vandy, I think we're all in agreement, 12-7. That would be great. I don't know, though. Tennessee's been up and down this year. I would absolutely love that. We've talked Auburn, Alabama, but what do you think?
Time out. You would not love it if Vanderbilt beat Tennessee.
I would.
You wouldn't.
Why?
And I'll tell you why. Because you would tie Vanderbilt for last place in the SEC.
Okay, whatever.
And we wouldn't be tied for the most last place finishes then. You'd still be one ahead of us.
Yeah, okay. Well. All right. I guess you have a point. Tennessee needs to beat the brakes off of.
I want to see it just because I hate Tennessee.
Low key, I just want to see it because I think it'd be hilarious because I'm not a Tennessee fan either, but
it would.
All right, Auburn, Alabama. What do you see happening here, Andrew? We talked a little bit about it. What do you think the score is going to be?
Alabama big, 48-14. It's not gonna be close. Even if Auburn came and they're all hyped, that defensive line's gonna be in the backfield all day. Long day for Auburn.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I said earlier. I think I said.
You said like. What'd you say?
35-13.
We talked about the game.
You said Alabama beatdown. We're all in agreement.
Yeah, right. Ohio State, Michigan.
I got Michigan.
I was
Michigan in this one.
I was the odd man out. I said Michigan 34-24.
I think Ohio State pulls it out, but I think it's going to be.
I got Michigan by 3.
I think it's Ohio State by 3. But, and then this one, Florida and Florida State. Cody says upset alert. So he is believing when he's not here because he's deadly sick in the bed, but he's believing that Florida pulls out the upset in the swamp over Florida State. It would honestly not surprise me. We talked about this. The only ranked win that Florida State has is LSU, and that was early. And that was it.
Okay, but Florida's not ranked, and their backup quarterback is better than Florida's backup quarterback. And they still have Keon Coleman.
I wouldn't be shocked, like super shocked if Florida won because I think Florida State's overrated, but I don't see no way Florida wins this game.
Yeah, well, it just depends, to be quite honest.
They don't have a single DB that matches up with Keon Coleman, period.
No.
And the way LSU torched their secondary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that being said, that pretty much does it for our show. Andrew, you got any final thoughts tonight? Anything you want to shout out to everybody?
Yeah, go Cox beat Clemson.
There you go. Chris, final thoughts?
Upside down T. Anchor down, baby.
Anchor down. Anchor down, he says.
Did y'all see the
I don't have any
Lane
final
Kiffin?
thoughts. No. What's the picture?
They were on the bus last night, and he's sitting there holding the Egg Bowl trophy.
Yep.
And he had his hand like this, holding the Egg Bowl trophy.
Oh, gosh.
Anchor down, baby. Lane train coming to Nashville. Y'all in trouble.
That means absolutely Dawgs.
Y'all in trouble.
Nothing.
He's
Whatever.
giving y'all the hint. He's coming to Nashville. Y'all in trouble.
No, I don't think so. That'll never happen. I would have more of a chance of my head being sewn to the carpet than that happening. So, all right. Well, that's it. That's the show. We will see. Stay tuned for some rivalry games. Man, it's gonna be a good football day tomorrow. I'm excited.
It is.
Yep.
This is what you wait for all year long. This is it. And this will determine bowl games. This will determine all kinds of stuff. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really good. Rivalry. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us so late. Again, like, share, follow. You can find Andrew on Villains Thursday nights. What time you go on, Andrew? Remind everybody.
8 o'clock. 8
8 o'clock. I couldn't remember if it was 8:38. 8 p.m. right here on College Football Dogs, Dog Sports Network. You can don't forget Monday we will have our recap show. Hopefully Cody's feeling better. But Monday we will have our recap show. And I'm expecting some interesting results tomorrow. Let's just say that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have a lot to talk about come Monday. So don't miss it right here. The Golden Boot Podcast, Monday night, 8:30 Central, right here on the Golden Media Sports Network and the Dawgs Sports Network. That being said, gentlemen, appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Stay golden, everybody. Peace out.